Athanasiou has been sent down to the American Hockey League.
Yeah, Foligno and Kershaw both got hurt in the Vegas game last week. Both missed 3, but they're back here tonight. This one's underway. Glad to have you with us on Chicago Sports Network. Utah chips it in. Big defenseman rumbles around the far side. Feeds it in the slot. That's off a stick. Chasing is Mikheyev, but it's taken away by John Marino. And he'll play it off the boards and out to Keller at center ice. Soft play into the zone. Vlasic gets there first. Got there ahead of Sergachev. Almost gave it away, and now it is stolen in the corner. Keller put it in front. Ricochets to the slot. They score. It's fired home. Schmaltz puts it in. Gets his 14th. And the former Hawk makes it 1-0.
Vlasic thinks he's got to play, and he gets tied up in knots right there. And with that pressure that he has, you can see that that pass from the corner goes off the paddle of the stick from Clayton Keller. Keep your eye on the paddle of the stick of the goaltender right here. Down, bang, right in front, and it's a perfect shot.
Martinez leaning on his man, Hayton behind the net. Chip it back to the line. Pass to Kerfoot. Has a look with a shot off the post. He got it past the glove, but clanked it off the iron. Nick Schmaltz, goal scorer, plays it back. Marino takes a look. He'll put it down the boards. Keller all the way across. Sergachev with a pass in front. Big save by Knight as he laid down the left arm and somehow gets the puck in his glove. Schmaltz cannot believe it.
I thought it was in the net. And there's the play on the side of the net, and I think Schmaltz did as well. I mean, he can't believe it. And you can see right here the extension of the arm and never giving up on it. And it was close to being across the goal line in the webbing. That close that the NHL, they took a look, I'm sure, but it deemed it not to have gone in, even when it's in the glove. Oh, this is one for the ages. Holy, jumping is right.
And then Donato with a big hit. That draws a reaction in front of the Utah bench.
That's Carcone with him right there.
Yep, and they drop the gloves. Linesmen step out of the way. And Ryan Donato going at it with Michael Carcone.
Now we've seen him scrap a couple of times. He's come in and defended his teammate. And here he doesn't back down, and he has become a real fan favorite for his workmanlike effort, his battle, and his goal-scoring ability. Cooley's got it, and this is a good hit. Cooley's braced for it. Donato goes through him, and this is what the Utah Hockey Club took exception to. He tried to dump him into the bench after the good hit right there, and Carcone comes right out. And on both sides of it, I mean, Carcone endears himself to his mates, and he starts throwing some rights, but Donato grabs on, and he starts getting his balance and threw a couple of himself. Through Dallas with Rantanen. You think that Jared Bednar in Colorado ever thought that Rantanen would end up right back in the division with a powerhouse team like Dallas?
Talking to Nick Foligno about the injury in Vegas. He played the first period, didn't return. There was nothing obvious. He said he wrenched his back in a face-off in that game and seized up on it. Good steal. Here's Bedard with a shot. Hit the post. Great chance there for Connor Bedard, but he rang it off the iron. He forced the turnover. That close to tying it up. Puck comes back. Another chance. Kaiser scores! Wyatt Kaiser. This one's all even.
When it looked like Bedard's was in, he strips the puck from Dursey, and he lets it rip. And this was a heck of a shot right there. Beating Velmelka over the glove. I think Velmelka might have thought that was in as well, Rick. But then a nice backhand pass from Connor, and he ends up, he'll get a point on this one. Snaps that drought. That'll feel good. And then there, lifts the stick. Nazar does against Clayton Keller. A pull and drag and release by Kaiser. And he beats the goaltender with inches to spare past that stick side.
Donato lofts the puck into the corner.
He was one of the great innovators of that part of it.
Hey, listen, if you're not trying, if you're not cheating, you're not trying, I think somebody once said. Here's Mikheyev on the back and scores! Mikheyev and the Hawks take a 2-1 lead.
What a beautiful move. And a pickoff play by Donato. Dursey having a tough one right there trying to get it out. And there's the little forehand backhand by Mikheyev. And it cleanly beat the goaltender, who comes out with a premature poke check. And that exposed that part of the net right there. You can see the way Velmelka, the goaltender, extended it there. And just the quick hands.
He has 5 points his last 5 games, and the Hawks have their first lead of the night. We've got a fight. Maroon and Liam O'Brien. You've got a front row seat for this one, Panger.
These are two tough customers, and this Liam O'Brien, he doesn't give up. Good for Patty Maroon throwing some rights.
Little jersey jab by Maroon. He's got the size and reach advantage on O'Brien, but O'Brien, as he mentions, a gamer. Maroon throws another big right. And that'll do it.
O'Brien needs to do that. He always steps up to the plate right here, and he's on the left side of your screen, as you can see, on the face-off. They must have had a conversation before that, because Patty Maroon was ready for this one. Nothing like center stage right here.
The right's going.
Wirtz family always loved the boxing. Here we go.
That's right. That's a long history.
Yep.
How about that? There's Ryan. He had a scrap earlier in the game with Michael Carcone. There's a turnover right to Donato. Here's Nazar with a step. Nazar! Grab! Penalty coming up! Penalty shot.
Penalty shot for Nazar.
Nazar with a chance to put the Hawks up by 2. In on Vejmelka. Scores! A beauty on the backhand. Hawks up 3-1.
Going to the right through the goalie's legs. It hasn't worked at the NHL level. I love the way he changed this up. This is a beautiful move. And look at the edge work of his blades to cut back to the left like that. I mean, he totally sells it right there. And a little shake and bake with the shoulders. Great edge work with his skates and hands like you read about to score up and under the bar. You know, whatever happens, I'll get myself ready. I don't think he had any indication that it would happen at this trade deadline day. I think he thought there had to be a third party to help out, expedite the money. So great job all the way around.
There's a shot, they score! That found the back of the net on the shot from John Marino at the point. Not sure if it was tipped on the way by, but it's a one-goal game.
The Hawks are going to feel the heat right here, the pressure. It looked like Connor had won that faceoff. It went to the side, and there Doc was tied up in knots. And the first one here, let's see where it goes back. Knight, McBain, oh yeah, he doesn't see that at all. He goes down into his position, and this wrister has eyes. It looked at first like it was redirected, but it was not. It was missed by McBain, and that can often fool you as well, and it just goes straight through.
Sergachev feeds it over. Gunther lets it go. What a blocker save by Knight. Rebound, bounced off Krevy into the end boards. Takes a bump. Utah on it. Keller flips it back. Mikhail Sergachev resets near the blue line. Works it across for the one-timer. They score. It's Keller ripped it home on the power play. And this game is all even.
That's a heck of a shot right there. You could hear it clanging. I mean, he just stayed on his feet, saw the puck the whole way. But everybody knows that the power play goes right through the captain, Clayton Keller. And this one didn't go to the near side. This one went to the far side. And you can see the whip of the stick. He got a lot on that shot right there. About 84-mile-an-hour slapper, and it is perfectly placed.
Center. Teravainen blasts the puck around. Final 5 seconds of the third as that'll slide back out to the neutral zone. And this game's going to overtime. Game beyond regulation for Utah. That's the third most in the league. The Hawks have gone now to overtime 10 times this season. OT is underway as Utah has control.
Yeah, and look what happens. Stenlund wins the draw, does his job.
Long feed on the far side. Schmaltz in, trying to feed it through. Here's Hayden. Stopped by Knight. Puck sits free. And they blow it dead. Donato had it. Bedard able to drop it off, and the Hawks have control now with 2 minutes to go in overtime. Del Mastro. Bedard down the wing. Connor Bedard cuts around behind. Works it out the other side. Has a look. Lets it go. Scores! Connor Bedard wins it in overtime.
And Maroon, a long shift. I would say an extra long shift here by Connor Bedard. I thought he was going to come off. It ends up being 1:33. He stays on. He comes in wide, waits, goes around the net, has some time, and finally beats the goaltender. He's had a number of great chances in this game, but this has got to feel great for Bedard, who got his 50th point in the second period and 51st with this game-winning goal in overtime.
Snap that pointless drought. You had a feeling